Dear students, myself Kiran MP. I am working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Government Engineering College, Kushalnagar. In previous session, we had a discussion about various form related HTML elements. Also, we had a discussion about text input controls. Also, we had a discussion about HTML5 advanced controls. We had a detailed discussion about pattern attribute and data list. So hope all of you are clear with the two HTML5 advanced controls what we have discussed in previous session, that is pattern attribute and data list. So pattern attribute is similar to what you have learned like pattern matching in your Unix shell programming. Clear? I mean, suppose the input I'm going to enter into some text box should satisfy some format. Okay? I need to make use of pattern attribute. Clear? So now in today's session we'll have a discussion about some more HTML5 advanced controls. Clear? So now let me have a look at the agenda of today's session. So in this session, first I'm going to discuss you about one of the HTML5 advanced control, that is select list. Select list, as the name itself specifies, you will be given a list of value, list of something, list of some objects, list of some names. Okay, or let me call it a list of some values of which you are going to select one value. Got it? So next we will discuss about radio buttons. Okay, what actual difference between radio buttons and select list? Okay, and select list is similar to like drop down. Got it? Drop down menu. Clear? I mean, in select list the options may be hidden or even it may be made visible. Got it? But in case of radio buttons, all options will be visible and one will be selected. At the last, on the last of this session, we will have a discussion about checkboxes. Checkboxes are similar to radio buttons. Here, all options will be visible, but we can select more than one option. So, got it? So, and select, we are going to discuss these three contents. Now, let me proceed to select list. Select element is used to create a multi-line box for selecting one or more items. Okay, I repeat, select element is used for creating a multi-line box for selecting one or more items. The options are defined using the option element. Okay, so let me show you the next slide and I'll come back to this. Okay, I'll show you through an example. See here, I'm going to create one selection, okay, name choices. Okay, clear? I mean, I'm going to create one drop down menu named choices. and the options in this drop down menu are available first, second and third. And let me make default option to be second. So the HTML code fragment for defining this is as follows. As you can see in the slide, okay, I need to make use of select HTML element and this one attribute name and is assigned a value choices. So I said in this drop down menu there are three options: first, second, third. Clear? So I need to enclose this first, second, third with an option tag, with an option container. I said second I am going to make as a default value, right? Default option. So I need to use an attribute selected. Clear? So now clear with this. So now I will come back to previous slide. So we know it's very clear to you. Select this element to create multi-line box for selecting one or more items. The options are defined using the option element. Options can be done in drop down menu or multiple rows of the list can be made visible. And one more thing is that option items can be grouped together via the OPT group element. Let me explain you in the next slide through an example. See, suppose if I want to group related items, okay, I need to make use of OPT group. You can see an example in the slide, okay. I grouped some 2 cities under North America and 3 more cities under Europe. Got it? So the 2 cities under North America, what I am going to group, okay, they should be within OPT group container. And the label for this group I am going to name as North America. Similarly, those 3 cities which I am going to group with name Europe again should be placed under OPT group container and label should be given as Europe. Just have a look at this HTML code fragment. So I think you're clear with this. Select. So now, what was, let me say, I said form what actually form control elements, what actually form is something through which user interacts with server, right? So suppose in this selection list, okay, in the selection list, when a user selects any of the option, any of the items, okay, and click on submit, got it? Click on submit. So what value need to be sent to server? This is the question. Got it? I repeat. And this among the options, okay, among the options, when a user select any one of the option, any one of the item and click on submit, so what value should be sent to server? Got it? So by default the content specified, okay, by default, okay, text within the container is sent. For example, you can see in the first part of first HTML code fragment in the slide, okay, I've used a select name equal to choices and I've given options first, second, third, okay. So in this case, as you see, the second is selected. Got it? So the value that will be sent for variable choices here is second. Okay. So second is the value that is sent to server in this case. Suppose I don't want the text within the container to be sent. Rather than some other value, say number 1 for first, number 2 for second, number 3 for third. Okay. Then I need to make use of value attribute in option. Got it? See here, look at second code HTML code fragment. Therefore, an option element, okay, I've used an attribute value and initialize it to 1 for text first. Similarly, value equal to for second, value equal to 3 for third. Okay, so now in this case, suppose if a user selects an item named second in drop down menu, okay, on form submission, its corresponding value, that is 2, number 2 will be sent to server. Clear? So by default, text within the containers will be sent. If attribute value is used in an option, then that corresponding value will be sent. So now we'll have a look at radio button. Radio buttons are useful when we want the user to select a single item from a small list of choices, and we want all the choices to be visible. Okay, so I mean, in case of drop down menu, the options might not be visible. All options need not be visible. When I going to use radio buttons, all options will be made visible and one option need to be selected. Since all options need to be made visible, radio buttons are restricted to limited number of options. Clear? Radio buttons I call mutually exclusive because only one can be chosen by sharing the same name attribute. The checked attribute is used to indicate a default choice. Okay, so here I can give a default choice by checking that attribute. The value attribute here works in the same manner as with the option element. We'll understand through an example. See here, in this there's some label named continent, okay, and it is followed by 3 radio buttons named North America, South America, Asia, and by default you can see that South America is checked. Clear? And all these radio buttons are given the same name where. Okay, and you can see in HTML code fragment we are given we have used value attribute 1 for North America, 2 for South America, 3 for Asia. And I have made the South America default. Okay, so using an attribute checked. Clear? I think you got it. This. So value in this case, value attribute in this case is similar to value attribute in options. what we have discussed in the previous slide, and select. Got it? So checked is an attribute similar to selected in option field in select. Okay. So let me justify you. A checked is used to make South America default, right? So look at this previous slide. So here I've used selected attribute to make second as default. Got it? So in this case, selected makes default. Here checked makes default. So now let me proceed with the checkbox. So checkboxes are used for getting yes or no, or on or off responses from the user. Checkboxes are added via the input type equal to checkbox element. We can also group checkboxes together by having them share the same name attribute. Each checkbox will have its value sent to the server. I mean, here more than one option can be checked. Got it? And will be sent to the server. Means in select and in radio buttons, among the options, one option used to be selected. Got it? I repeat, in case of select and in case of radio buttons, among multiple options, only one option used to be selected as value and sent to server. Whereas in checkboxes, more than one value, more than one option, okay, more than one option can be selected as values and can be sent to server. Even like with radio button, the checked attribute can be used as a default value of a checkbox. So let me, one more thing, once again I repeat, remember, in case of select list and in case of radio buttons, only one option among multiple options is sent to server. Whereas in checkboxes, more than one option among multiple options can be sent to server. So have a look at this example. In the first part, there's only one checkbox, okay? Only one checkbox I have pressed, and that's checkbox is preceded by label I accept the software license. Got it? So here I've given a name for this checkbox as accept. And there's one more okay, group of checkboxes, okay, and these three checkboxes are sharing the same name. These three checkboxes sharing the same name, visit. Got it? Clear? So now in this second group, okay, in the first group there's only one checkbox, whereas in the second group there are three checkboxes, and in the second group I am selected two checkboxes. So I mean these two values in the second group and one value in the first group will be sent to server. Got it? So just have a look at query string. Since in first group there was only one checkbox, okay, there is only one checkbox and I have checked it, so accept equals on. And in second group I have selected two, right? One is because I have given here value as Canada, value as France, value as Germany. This explicit value will be sent. Okay, so I mean just have a careful observation. For accept, okay, value sent is on. That's the default value. Default values will be on or off. But if I want some other value to be sent, got it, on selection, okay, so that value need to be specified using value attribute, like value equals Canada, value equals France, value equals Germany. So in the query string, accept equal on and visit equal Canada and visit equal Germany, okay, you are justified that more than one options can be sent to server in case of checkboxes. So I think now you are clear with this three. In this session you got cleared with three HTML5 advanced controls: select, radio buttons, accept, radio buttons, checkboxes. So thank you for listening.